For today's video, I'm going to show you how to make two very easy summer lunches that I'm loving at the moment. Let me just switch over to this camera. I posted this photo on Instagram a few days ago and I was really surprised by how many of you guys either didn't know what it was, didn't know it was an artichoke, or were asking how to prepare it or how you eat it. I have grown up loving artichokes because my mum's always been a big fan of them. We used to go to this Italian restaurant every Sunday for lunch and they always served them. And it's something I love to eat in the summer. So I am going to be showing you how to prepare and eat an artichoke in today's video, but I'm also going to show you how to make a gazpacho soup. So I'm heading to a little kind of vegetable market stand because the artichoke that I'm looking for are the large English ones. The French ones are more common, they're easier to find, but I don't think they taste as nice. They're much smaller, it's not really worth the hassle. I really like the big, large English ones, and for some reason they're really hard to find, well definitely in London anyway. I hardly ever see them in supermarkets, but sometimes in like a little market stand I'll find one. So I'm heading to one of those now. I might also pick up some of the tomatoes from there as well, but all of the other things for the gazpacho soup recipe are available from the supermarket. Just the artichokes that are quite hard to find. Okay, the market stand that I went to had some artichokes left. The sign actually said best artichokes. They are the best artichokes, they're really good. And I also got my tomatoes from there because I thought they'd probably be nicer with more flavour than the supermarket. So I'm going to head to any old supermarket now just to get the parsley and basil and all the bits I need for the soup. Then I'm going to head home and prep the soup. I've got my list of ingredients. I'm going to go inside and grab everything I need. If you don't know what a gazpacho soup is, it's basically a cold tomato soup, and I'm sure everyone's going to have their own recipe for this, so feel free to leave yours below. There are loads of different ways you can make this. This is just one of the recipes I like to use. Strangely, it doesn't have garlic in it for quite a garlicky soup, but I think the onion kind of makes up for that. It's such a nice dish to eat in the summer because it is a cold soup, but it's got so much flavour. I just love having it for lunch. It completely fills me up. It's delicious. So I picked up some tomatoes from the market store and got everything else I needed from the supermarket. So you're going to need a kilo of overripe tomatoes, 1 small red onion, 1 small red pepper, 40 millilitres of tomato juice, 25 grams of basil leaves, 25 grams of flat leaf parsley, 50 millilitres of balsamic vinegar, 25 millilitres of Worcester sauce, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, 100 millilitres of olive oil, and 10 drops of Tabasco. I'm going to leave the recipe below this video with all the ingredients just in case you didn't catch that. This soup is so easy to make because all you need to do is chop up all the ingredients and throw it into a bowl. So I'm going to chop up all the tomatoes, chop up the leaves, chop everything up. Doesn't have to be too small, but try and make it as small as you can, and put it all into one big bowl. Then what I'm going to do is just cover that bowl with some cling film and put it in the fridge. You're going to leave that there overnight to marinate, and that's going to give the soup this really strong, delicious flavour. So the next day when you're ready to eat the soup, and this soup will probably last you all week as well, you just need to blend all the ingredients together. You can use a hand whisk, you can use a smoothie maker, I've got a Vitamix, you can kind of use whatever you like really. If the machine you have doesn't make it that smooth, then just run it through a sieve to get out any kind of extra bits. But I feel like this soup doesn't have to be super smooth. If it's got a few chunks in it, it's fine. It's just still going to taste amazing. So I just blend that all together. I'm going to put it back in the fridge just to keep it a little bit cold, and that is the soup done. So let's talk about artichokes. These are the weirdest looking vegetables ever, but they are so delicious. There's kind of two parts to them, the leaves and the heart of the artichoke. The heart is probably the bit that you guys know of because you often get artichoke hearts in salads, you can get them in jars, but I don't think most people eat artichokes whole like me and my mum tend to do a lot. They're so delicious. I think you're supposed to boil artichokes, but they can take such a long time to cook, so I'm going to cheat today and show you the kind of cheaters way to make artichoke. Sorry if this horrifies anyone, but you know, I'm no chef. This is just how we like to do it and it tastes great. So first thing I do is just break off the stem, is that what it's called? Like the bottom part of the artichoke. You don't want to cut it, just break it off if you have the strength. And then I'm just going to run it under the tap for quite a long time. Because of how the artichoke is shaped with the leaves, you may get a few kind of bugs and creepy crawlies in there, especially if it's been outside in a market stall. So I'm just going to run it underwater for quite a while, let all the insects, bugs come out if there are any, just clean it out as good as you can. And then I'm going to put it into a bowl with a few tablespoons of water just at the bottom of the bowl, cover it in cling film, and then I'm going to throw it in the microwave. If the artichoke is really big, you might need up to 14 minutes. If it's the same size as this one, then 10 minutes should do. And I'm just going to microwave it for 10 minutes. As I said, this isn't the proper way to do it, but it's the quickest and most efficient. 3 minutes to go, and then I can scoff my face with artichoke. While the artichoke is in the microwave cooking, I'm gonna make myself a little vinaigrette. And to do this, I just mix some olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and a little bit of mayonnaise, and I mix it all together, and it's a really nice creamy dip, just to dip in the leaves and the heart. Eating the leaves is a little bit of a strange process, but you just kind of pull them off. They should come off very easily. If they don't, then cook it for a little bit longer. Dip it into whatever kind of dressing you like. The bottom part of the leaf is the bit that you want to eat. So you just kind of scrape it off with your teeth. This isn't going to look attractive, but just to show you. You just eat that bit at the bottom there. Tastes really good. I know it seems weird. You kind of eat all the big leaves and then you get to the heart right in the middle. So I'm just gonna eat my leaves right now. Seriously delicious. You can eat all the big leaves around the edge, so it's starting to look like this. I'm just throwing my empty leaves over there. Okay, when the leaves start to look like this and they're just flimsy and you can't really eat them, that's where you stop. And you basically pull off, oh, it's still quite hot. You need to pull off this entire section. So you pull off all of this bit. And this here, this kind of hairy, strange looking thing is called the choke. You don't want to eat this because you will probably choke. You really don't want any of this. So what you have to do is kind of cut off under here, and then the artichoke heart is under there. You just have to be really patient, and practice makes perfect, but sometimes I get it all in one, sometimes it goes all over the place. I kind of just cut around the edges. So after you remove all the choke, you are left with this funny looking thing that looks revolting, but this is the most delicious part of the artichoke, I swear. It's so, so good and so filling. It's definitely worth all the hassle, that's for sure. This is what my soup looks like. It's just in here. This is how the gazpacho came out, so you can see all the kind of green and yummy flavours in there. I'm just gonna give it a quick taste. This one is quite thick actually. I probably could have blended it for a bit longer to make it a bit more smooth. So good. The onion flavours, there's like so much flavour in the soup. So nice to have a cold soup as well, especially in the summer. Not that sunny today, but we're probably gonna have this for dinner. So that's how you make a delicious cold gazpacho soup and how you prepare and eat an artichoke. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different. Let me know if you like more kind of foodie videos or not. I am definitely no chef, but I love to eat. I feel like I'm an eating expert. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on Sunday for my next video. Bye!